Well, hello everyone. It's Sheila and welcome to Curious Thursdays. I'm sure you're trying to figure out what exactly is Curious Thursdays. Well, if you watch any of my videos, you probably have figured out that I really enjoy doing first impressions videos or initial review videos. I just am always just intrigued with how different products work versus what they state that they will do. So I just like to try them and see if they actually work the way they say, and then sometimes, I built up all these samples, and sometimes I think to myself, I have all these samples of different products and I never really sample them. And so that is why one of the reasons why I kind of started doing the review videos, because I wanted to get rid of some of my samples. And I just find that they're very interesting. And it's also helped me to be able to weed out some products that I know I won't like, or actually give me the initiative to go out and actually purchase some products that I do like. Now, some of the things that I review will maybe something that I review that day on camera for the first time. And then other times there may be things that I may have tried throughout the week, or a time in the past, and went back and tried it again, or whatever the case may be. So there's going to be various aspects of how I come up with my reviews, as to like if it's a very first impression or a prolonged usage. Probably not for long periods of time, maybe like a week usage, because sometimes I will probably have to try a product a few times before I can actually make a sound determination on what I really think about the product. And then, of course, bear in mind, sometimes as products are being used, whether they dry out faster, or they just irritate the skin, where you didn't realize they were irritating the skin at first. Various things may make a review change in the future. So that part being said, whenever I do a review, I will try to come back and talk to you about a product at a later time. Or if I haven't and you are curious about that product, feel free to always ask me, because sometimes you just kind of push things aside and don't even remember that you ever even used them, because you have so many products, and that's my problem most of the time. So anyway, I'm saying all that to kind of explain what Curious Thursdays is, and let you know that hopefully I will be posting a video on Thursdays, either Thursday evening, more than likely, or sometime on Friday morning, or by Friday evening for sure, on my Curious Thursdays. And it will be a product that I will be doing a review on. It could be foundation, it could be eyeliner, it could be lipstick, it could be whatever. So, skincare. It's just going to be various products that I try. Some of them I'm only going to be using samples of, like such as, when you get a sample from Sephora, something like this, or, and yeah, that is, in case you saw that, that is the Hourglass, what is that? Immaculate liquid powder, and I got the color Stable. So going to review that. Hopefully they didn't give me very much of that, so I don't know how well I'm going to be able to do a review. But as I was saying, I'm going to, they either be samples of products I actually owned, but I will be doing a Curious Thursday video, hopefully every Thursday for a little bit, until I maybe run out of products. But today's video is going to be on the L'Oreal New True Match Super Blendable Makeup, better known as foundation. And this says it has SPF 17 sunscreen, and my color of choice is the Cream Cafe, known as the W8. The W stands for warm, and this particular foundation comes in neutral, warm, and cool. And that's what it looks like. And for you all who may be a little bit curious, if you're looking at my skin tone, you may wonder, okay, well, I kind of maybe match her skin tone, or I'm way lighter or way darker, whatever the case may be. So I'm going to kind of give you a range. I wear the MAC Match Master number 8. I wear the Kat Von D D66, and I wear the Estee Lauder Double Matte Mineral Foundation in the Rich Caramel. Not mineral foundation, but the Double Matte Foundation. The mineral loose powder is the 04, and the Estee Lauder. So those are, some of the colors that I use. And pretty much, I guess, I can't remember the Tarte one. I won't even look it up. Maybe I'll put it in the down bar for you. But that's to kind of give you somewhat of an idea of what my color combination is as far as foundations that I wear. And of course, when you're testing out a drugstore product, it is really, really hard to figure out what color you're going to be because you can't really sample it. But the best thing about it, if you purchase at Target, Walmart, Walgreens, hold on to your receipt. If the color don't work, just take it back. They always honor, you know, their products. So that's an awesome way to be able to try products or try colors and, you know, be able to bring them back if you don't. Now, why did I choose the L'Oreal True Match? For starters, drugstore foundation is something that's very, very new to me. Not that I am a snob and feel that I can only use high-end foundations. Mainly the reason why is because I've never found a drugstore foundation that didn't irritate my skin or didn't make me feel itchy or scratchy or whatever. Years ago, I used to always try drugstore products, and I've tried CoverGirl, I've tried the Revlon Color Stay, and I actually used to wear Revlon Color Stay for a long time, and I don't know what happened. I actually started wearing the Double Wear foundation and stopped wearing the Revlon Color Stay, and went back when I started watching YouTube and thought, oh, I'm going to go back and get that because that used to work for me. And boy, did it really irritate my skin. I put it on that one day. It burned. It didn't feel good. I took it straight back to Walgreens. Did not hesitate because I'm very particular about what I put on my skin. And if I get any type of a sensation that I don't feel is normal or feel right, it's getting off my face and, you know, I'm taking it back. So then I was a little bit afraid to try anything after that. So it did take me a minute to go ahead and decide I'm going to try this particular foundation. So, you know, I didn't just wake up one morning and go, oh, I think I'm going to go to the drugstore and pick up a foundation. I really had to put some thought into it. And listening to a lot of reviews on YouTube, I just felt like, you know, L'Oreal, you know, it's worth trying. L'Oreal, I know in general, is a good product. They have a good line. I used to know a girl that worked for L'Oreal, and she gave me tons of things to sample as far as like skincare type things. And I loved almost everything that I sampled. And, you know, I had eyeshadows that she gave me as well. So I did not have any foundations though, because I think I actually told her I didn't want any of the foundations. But yeah, so anyway, I did decide to go ahead and choose the L'Oreal True Match. And another reason why is because something I think I took in from watching YouTube channels and listening to the various gurus. High-end foundations are very expensive, as you know. Some of them way more than others. I mean, you know, I've got that Hourglass over there. I think that it's either 55 or 65. My Double Wear is 35 or 36, you know, so they're not cheap. But and I find that, you know, because I don't wear drugstore foundations, I tend to wear them Monday through Sunday, you know, when I wear foundation. So I kind of wanted to have an inexpensive foundation that I could wear on the weekends if I'm just going to run to the mall, or if I'm just going to be running around doing like little things here and there, or, you know, where I don't, but I'm still going to look good. And not to say that it's not going to be good enough to wear anytime, but you get where I'm going with that. You know, you just don't have to always wear high end or the top of the line, just, you know, on a day-to-day basis. And so because I am getting ready to take a trip to go back to my hometown, I kept thinking this would be an opportune time for me to find a drugstore foundation. And if I can find one and I like it, that maybe I would take it with me to Virginia and wear it the entire time that I was there. So hence I went out to test this particular foundation to see. Now, one of the things that really, really made me want to try this foundation is the fact that it said that it has 33 shades when I read up on it. And then it said that it was, it reached out to 57 ethnic backgrounds. Now, that's a lot of people. That's a lot of people. And I kind of figured that whether you're the lightest person or the darkest person, there has to be a shade somewhere in there that's going to work for you. Now, you know, I have heard people still say they still had to mix colors to get a color to work for them, and I'm sure that's possible. You know, you maybe have to mix a warm with a cool, or you know, two cools or two warms or two neutrals, whatever. I lucked out and didn't have that problem at all. Like I said, the W8 worked out really well for me. I know looking at it in the bottle and looking at it, it kind of looks a lot lighter, but this is what I have on my face right now. So it does kind of blend into the skin. I did put it on with my Sephora 56, and this is that airbrush brush that I truly, truly love. I mean, as you all know, I've stated so many times. In fact, it's been so long since I've used any of my other foundation brushes, and I kind of feel bad. I really need to give this a cleaning tonight, so maybe tomorrow I will be using another brush. But I love this brush. You know, and I did it in the circular motion so that, you know, when I applied it, it was going to kind of hopefully give it the airbrush look. So I don't know how well I did on that, but I'm sure you all will tell me. But this is the color right here. And if you kind of, I'm going to take my brush, and this is how I applied this foundation. I just kind of circled, motioned the brush, and I just kind of went around and went around and went around and went around and went around. And so it blends right into the skin. As you can tell, you don't even see it. You may see just like a little smoothness of the skin, but you actually don't see like a big, you know, color payoff or anything like that. Like, you know, a difference, a color difference, I guess is what I'm trying to say. So that being said, it blended right into my skin, which is what I wanted. I was hoping to have a pretty decent color match. And so I feel that I did. Now, it does state that this particular foundation has a natural finish, so it's not matte, it's not dewy. And I honestly do think that I'm looking at myself in the mirror. So if you see me kind of twisting to the side, I'm actually kind of, you know, as I'm talking about it, I'm looking at things that I want to talk about. I'm going to get this off my hand. But it says it has a natural finish, and I do see that. I tend to gravitate to more matte foundations, but yeah, I kind of thought this time it would be kind of nice to try something different. And it also states that it is a light to medium coverage, and I'm going to say that that is pretty true on head. It is a light to medium foundation coverage, but I do know this, that you can build it. Actually, today I kind of put on more than I meant to. I'm not used to this type of application, I guess, with no pump. So I had been pouring it on my hand, and today I was trying not to do that. So I tried pouring a little bit on the brush and poured way too much on the brush. So I don't have one of those little, you know, foundation mix pads, or I don't know, whatever you call them, but I don't have one of those. So I've been experimenting with trying to figure out how I want to, how I'm going to apply this foundation. So it didn't apply very well with me today. I actually put way too much on my brush. So I ended up having to really, really blend. But by the same token, I ended up not looking cakey. So I kind of learned something from it, because that is also one of the things that it says, that it doesn't give a cakey appearance. And so as much foundation as I had to put on, because I didn't want to waste it, I don't feel that I got a cakey look. Now I did spray my face with MAC Fix Plus. So, you know, that does even things out a little bit, but on the real, I really didn't have a cakiness, or I probably would have taken the foundation off, because I don't like that cakey, oh, I got 5 pounds of foundation on my face look at all. Now, it also says, of course, like I stated, that it is SPF, but it also said that the SPF was only on select shades. So I would like to state that, to bear in mind that if you do go out and choose a color from the True Match, that you do pay attention to that little white line that's on the bottle right there, that will say SPF 15, or no, I'm sorry, SPF 17. Because apparently if there are select shades, there may be some shades, obviously, that won't have that. And I'd hate for you to grab a color and not really pay attention to the bottle, and is wearing it and not putting anything type of protection underneath it, thinking that you're wearing a foundation that has SPF in it, and it really don't. So do pay attention to that. And now it does also say that it is it's fragrance free. It controls oil, or it has no oil in it, so it's oil free foundation. And it also says that it's enriched with vitamin A and C, and that it has what is it? Grapefruit and wheat germ extract. So wheat germ and grapefruit extract and that's supposed to nourish the skin and keep the skin protected. So, you know, good, healthy things coming out of this foundation, I guess, is a good way to put it, which is another reason why I kind of chose this foundation, because I kind of felt like, you know, if I'm going to try a drugstore foundation, I'm going to try to get one that has the most for me, or the better things for me to try. So yeah, so now my opinion on the foundation is it did apply great. It lasted all day, which is also an aspect that they say that this is an all-day foundation. This is about my 4th or 5th day. Let's see, I wore it Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. This is my 4th day of wearing this foundation in a row. And so I feel like I've worn it enough to give a fairly decent opinion on the foundation. I love the way it applies. It applies beautifully. I love the way it matches my skin tone. I love the fact that there are so many shades, so that if this would not have matched, I could have very easily tried to find a different shade to match. It's not itchy. It doesn't have a smell to it. You know, like I said, I wore it on Thursday on a very humid day, rained in San Antonio. My face looked beautiful all day. I'm not a person that wants to have to reapply my makeup or have to powder my face throughout the day. If I choose to, great, but I don't want to have to, if you know what I mean. And I felt like it offered that for me. I didn't feel at any point, oh my goodness, look at my face. I got to go in here and do something to it. I felt that I looked fairly decent all day long. On Friday, no, did I wear it on Wednesday? I may have worn it on Wednesday. I think I did. So I've had this on 5 days. So on Thursday, yes, I did. Because on Thursdays, my husband and I went out to dinner. So I wore, and I get dressed at like 6:30 in the morning. So my foundation's going on sometime before 6:30, between that 6 and 6:30 window. And I wore it on Thursday until about 9:30 or 10, well, probably about 10 o'clock that night. And when I took my foundation off, I remember thinking, sometimes when you're taking your makeup off and your makeup still looks like it did when you put it on in the morning, you almost feel like it's a waste to take the makeup off because you're thinking, gosh, my face still looks so made up. And that's kind of how I felt. I looked in the mirror just as I was getting ready to remove my eye makeup and and I'm thinking, gosh, my face looks great. That's that new foundation. So, I really was impressed. I, I think it's going to be one that I definitely will, put in my makeup collection. Well, I have it, so I'm going to keep it in my makeup collection, I think. And as of right now, it does look like this might be the one that I take with me to Virginia. I don't like the bottle at all. I don't like the packaging of this product at all. I do like the fact that it is slim and it's small, but I don't like the fact that it's glass, and I don't like the fact that it doesn't have a pump. But because it's slim and small, it should be travel friendly. And even though it is glass, I do have several other bottles of foundations that are glass as well. So, hey, I would be stuck with a glass product either or. But the good thing is if I should drop this or this should get broken in the flight, it's only a $7.99 product versus a $40 product that, that got damaged. And on that note, also, when I did purchase this foundation, I purchased it at Target. It was $7.99, and I had a $2 off coupon, so I didn't do bad at all. I got it for $5.99, so $6.49 with tax. So definitely a good price on the product, and definitely worth the money that it's that I paid for it, no doubt. And it's not drying at all. I have normal skin, so I don't feel that it's drying. I don't feel it on my face. I don't feel anything. I just feel like my normal skin. And so for that, I'm very impressed. And I would highly recommend, if you are in the market for a drugstore foundation, give it a try. Of course, everyone's skin tone, everyone's skin type will vary, and what your body or your skin can take in will vary. So me saying that would probably mean nothing other than the fact that it did work for me. So that is my opinion, and it's my opinion only. Please don't take anything I say to heart. And if you try it, it doesn't work, and then think, oh my God, she told me it was going to work. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying it's working for me. So that's my opinion on the L'Oreal True Match Foundation. And again, my color is the W8, and that's what the packaging looks like. Okay, it is now 6 o'clock, and this is basically what I look like with the L'Oreal True Match Foundation on in the W8. I've been out and about for about 3 hours, 2 or 3 hours. I can't remember what time it was I started putting on my foundation. I have to double check. But I've been out. The temperature was 82 degrees, and I haven't done anything at all to my face as of right now. So it's still going strong, still looking pretty darn good. So I am highly, highly impressed. And yeah, hopefully I'll drop in before I take it off tonight and just let you know where I stand at that point. Okay, the time is almost 8:30, so I've had the foundation on a total of about 6.5 hours. And looking at myself, I feel that the foundation has done an awesome job. I have had it on a little bit longer on other days in testing this foundation. But today I feel like I kind of put it to a different test. I managed to fall asleep outside on my patio, and I was in the heat as I was sleeping, and I haven't done anything to my foundation at all, or to my face at all. I didn't, powder my face or anything. I got up and I thought, oh my goodness, look at the time. I want to go in and take my makeup off, so I better go ahead and do a conclusion of this video series as far as my opinion on the True Match foundation. And so yeah, so this is basically what I look like after 6.5 hours, being in 82 degrees temperature. And let's see, a rainy day one day. It lasted great throughout the day. Stayed on for the one day for approximately about 10 hours. So I'm thinking that this might be a pretty decent foundation. It doesn't feel drying, like I said. My face feel pretty, I mean, I just feel, you know, okay. I don't feel any kind of stickiness. I don't feel kind of any heaviness. It feels great. I feel like it has a natural finish to it. Again, I do want to kind of throw out there that I did set this with the Faced Primed Poreless powder. I actually do like this powder. I'm going to have to do a review on this powder. I've only been using it for about a week as well. So I do like that a lot. And so it has been set with that. And that was, of course, earlier today. But yeah, no touch-ups, no anything. So at this particular point, would I recommend this foundation? Absolutely. Am I glad I tried my very first drugstore foundation in a buku amount of time? Absolutely. Is it something that I would probably purchase at this moment? Absolutely. What would I rate this on a scale from 1 to 5? I would definitely rate it a 4. The packaging, not so much, maybe like a 2. I don't like the packaging at all, but I do like the foundation. So I am impressed. I will have to say, I'm glad that I decided to give L'Oreal True Match a chance to see how I was going to like it. And again, I'm very impressed. So please don't forget to comment, rate, and subscribe. And I will see you in my next video. And until then, enjoy. Have a wonderful evening. And if you are a Spurs fan, let's just say it together. Go Spurs, go. Bye-bye.